Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Zach, aka Keats39, here to bring you another NBA DFS slate. Um, it's going to be another one of those nights where a lot of late news, just like last night. So I'm going to try to leave as much room for the late games as I possibly can. Um, but yeah, it's going to be another one of those fun slates that are wacky. So um, getting right into this one. So we're going to start with James Harden. We already know Kevin Durant's missing the next two games or so. Uh, as you can see, switched him only to point guard. As Kyrie came out and said, he told James Harden he's the point guard, I'm the shooting guard. Every team that James Harden's played on really since he's left OKC has been that way. Um, guess it took someone coming out and saying it to make that happen. But yeah, look at these assist numbers are freaking crazy since joining the Nets. Double digits in pretty much every single one besides two. Um, Scoring has been down a little bit, but I'm not worried too much about that. I expect him here today against Sacramento, a really fast-paced game, to get right back to his normal scoring habits with no Kevin Durant. Um, and another thing to look at is his rebounding numbers have been really awesome too. They play a lot of small ball, so it makes a lot of sense that his rebounding has been really good. Fast plays plus small team. Gotta have the team rebound. So seen him get a pretty big uptick there. He's gonna be really chalky, and it's just gonna be chocolate I eat. Um, Next spot is gonna be this Houston Washington game. Russell Westbrook's gonna play, so that's good news for trying to avoid the blowout. So John Wall, there's been a lot of blowouts and his injury concern. So we've seen his minutes kind of weird. Um, But in a close game, he's going to play 35 to 38 minutes. And everyone knows John Wall played his whole career with Washington, had some really highs, really lows. They got rid of him basically because they thought he was washed. Um, no Victor Oladipo, so you're going to get full time usage out of John Wall. And he's the type of guy, like, he's a very emotional player. You could look back to a lot of different things he's done. Um, and I think that the emotion's going to come out tonight, and he's just going to have a massive game. Uh, well, it also helps that Washington's defense is just atrocious. Um, so yeah, I just think 7,500 is probably a fair price point, but I think that the we're going to get the John Wall we saw at the beginning of the season where he was playing 30 minutes, dropping 50 DK points, even with James Harden. So yeah, I just think that the spot is just too juicy for a revenge game. And next to him, we have Eric Gordon, who's been really, really good as well. Saw 34 minutes in this blowout. Um, but everyone knows he's not afraid to shoot the ball. He's honestly probably priced fairly too, but if this game's close, you're going to see a lot of scoring from these two um, and a lot of shots. The 6 assists is a nice number to see. 4 assists in the other game that Oladipo missed. So seeing him pass the ball, getting some little extra statistics is nice as well. I just think you probably have a 20 real point floor. So it comes down to if he gets the other stuff. And if he's hitting his three ball, like we see, he's going to chuck it, and he's very streaky. Um, so yeah, I just think this matchup's too good for that. He is one, though, that I'm going to be debating very hard on if I'm playing or not. Right now, he's my favorite shooting guard. However, with the news that could come out late, I might just not play him and try to pray that there's news to come out that benefits me. Because you're going to see guys like Lou Williams, who started yesterday, say if Kawhi and Paul George missed again, he'd be a smash play. Um, just a bunch of guys that down there. Angles would get let me see if my calling's out again. So yeah, there's options that if he doesn't miss, that you can switch to. So it's gonna be like a really last minute thing for me debating. Jeremy Lamb, another one. He's at 7. But if Doug McDermott misses, he's gonna be forced to play a lot of minutes. Probably get back in the starting rotation. So um, yeah, just something to look out for there. Um, so next we'll go over to this crazy situation. This morning they talked about cutting Andre Drummond. Then they said they're holding him, looking for a trade. But Jared Allen's everyone that, or not everyone, people that play DFS know that Jared Allen is a better player than Andre Drummond, like for a winning basketball team. Andre Drummond, really good at what he does, not the recipe for winning basketball. Can't shoot free throws, not efficient. Like that game is not today. It's that little post up and all that. So Andre Drummond's not going to play today, so we're going to see similar to yesterday. They were involved in a pretty heavy blowout, so we only saw the 28 minutes from him, but we still got the 15, 10, 3 assists. No blocks or steals, which is weird, but I wouldn't expect that to continue. Matchup with the Golden State Warriors, who are small, and it's like Jared Allen is a center that can play against small ball centers, so he's very mobile, and he's going to block a lot of shots. So I really like Jared Allen here. So then on the other side, so center is really stacked today. Nerlens Noel saw 32 minutes, gets the nuts matchup against the Atlanta Hawks, really fast paced. No Mitchell Robinson. He's a little scary because he doesn't have a crazy ceiling. He's one of those guys. He doesn't have like plays designed for him. He does all the work himself. He'll catch a couple pick and roll lobs every now and then. But Elfrid Payton is not very good at doing that. So it's interesting, at least. I think he's going to be major chalk, rightfully so. But we've seen a lot of chalk guys flop, and I would not be too surprised if we saw that from Nerlens. Like I feel more safe about him than like Peyton Pritchard the other day when he's a guy that needs the usage. Nerlens Noel doesn't need the usage. He's going to get blocks, steals, rebound, catch lobs, like I said. But he's also a guy that I feel confident he gets to 20, but I don't feel too confident he gets more than 30. So it's really tough. But as of now, I'm probably going to lock him in. But like I said, there's a lot of news that I might end up wanting to pay for some studs. So with that mentioned, I'll just talk about some other centers. So you have, I think the best GPP play on the slate is DeMarcus Cousins. Minutes have been crushed lately. He was really good last game. He's like the only player that had a good plus minus on the team. Just still didn't see the minutes. Honestly, I think he's fine even if he gets to 22 to 25 minutes. But if he gets that 30 minutes to 33 to 35, he could go for 50 plus easy in this matchup. So it kind of comes down to like what is Houston going to do. I'm definitely going to have some exposure just because of how good the matchup is. But like I said, like these minutes are just, it sucks kind of. But some other cheap center guys that are really, really good GPP plays are best stone minimum, almost stone minimum. Mo Wagner, anyone that plays showdowns that saw that we're big fans of Mo Wagner's in DFS, and he came through for us. Only at the 22 minutes, game kind of got carried away, so it was really kind of tough to tell if those were going to be his actual rotation minutes or if he didn't get the last 5 minutes or so because of blowout. But he's worth a shot in GPP. It's going to be like he's going to get absolutely bullied by DeMarcus Cousins, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to start like Robin Lopez to try to do that. But that is the one concern. But on the other end, DeMarcus Cousins can't really cover pick and pops anymore. He doesn't move very well. So if he has a 3-ball gun, I wouldn't be surprised if Mo Wagner had a really nice game. And then finally, the other one, saw it yesterday, JaVale McGee. He gets a boost with no Andre Drummond. We'll see like probably 16 to 20 minutes. Depends if they give any small ball or two big man minutes. I doubt they do really. But if they were, he could get that up to 20. But we know how effective. Like I feel really confident, especially against Golden State. A little mini revenge, not really much more. But they play small, and he's going to be able to rebound. And we saw him play really well against them on the Lakers when he got minutes. So I feel really confident he gets you that 5x mark, and he has really, really good opportunity to put up a game like yesterday. 9, 10, block, an assist. Like that's really in the range of outcomes, and maybe a couple more blocks. Maybe get that one more point, get the double bonus. He's just really active when he's in, and I feel really good that he's going to get you that 5x. So, say like, let me think. But yeah, say that like last second, Paul George gets ruled in, Kawhi Leonard gets ruled out. Then it's one of the spots that you like really, really want Paul George, even though it's against Jimmy Butler, so maybe it's not the best example. But just something like that. Or say Joel Embiid. Yeah, you talk. All right, you guys get what I'm saying. Say like, high usage guy comes up that's pricey late, and you say, man, I could really use some salary. Coming off of the Jared Allens and Nerlens Noels for those cheap centers is very, very solid option. So yeah, that's going to do it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Be around the lock, and it's going to be a hectic one again. So be ready to make some changes. Later.